Welcome on in, guys. Tobin here with you, and thanks for checking out the channel. Hope everybody's doing great out there as your Miami Heat are getting set for the LA Lakers. Big homestand ahead. Lakers, Suns, Cavaliers all come into Pat Riley Court at the Kaseya Center, and that gets started on Wednesday when LA is in town. Of course, LeBron James, our old friend Gabe Vincent, will be in the building as well. So we'll be looking forward to getting a looky-loo at Miami. And the Lakers, who have definitely been struggling a little bit. They have not been clicking on all cylinders. While their record is better than Miami's, they've hit a little bit of a rut. They lost badly to the Timberwolves. They got drubbed by the Thunder. They really haven't been competitive with a lot of the better teams in the West as of late. They've beaten the stinkers, and a lot of their record has been kind of buoyed by that. So, it'll be an interesting one for sure. I think this is a winnable game for Miami, especially if they get Jimmy Butler back, which it seems like it's leaning towards them getting Jimmy Butler back. Miami needs to start racking some things up, man. We talked about this being a bit of a measuring stick week. Now, if LeBron doesn't end up playing, who knows what that is. But, I'll be boots on the ground for that one. We'll have some more insight into that and whatnot coming on up. But I wanted to talk about this story because the injury report came out for Miami today, and it was announced that Nikola Jovic will not be available. He's out with his ankle injury, suffered an ankle injury against them in practice. Jimmy Butler's questionable. Kevin Love is questionable. Josh Richardson is questionable. But the one that really stood out, and I cannot hate this decision enough, Kel'el Ware is getting sent to the G League. Kel'el Ware is going to be sent to Sioux Falls. He is reportedly going to make his debut on Thursday to get some playing time. And I guess it was going to be earlier, but he had this foot thing that flared up, so that delayed things, and he inevitably they waited a little bit, but he is going to get going. He will not play. He is en route to Sioux Falls and the Skyforce, and he will be unavailable for the Miami Heat tomorrow. And I don't like this decision. I'm not a fan of it. I think anybody who has watched this channel or is tuned in to Tobin and Leroy, which you can watch on 560 WQAM's YouTube channel or on the Odyssey app, I don't really understand the slow roll on Kel'el Ware. I haven't gotten it. I think that the kid has looked, very serviceable in the minutes that he's played. And I'm having a hard time grasping why so many veterans are getting playing time over guys who are young. This, to me, is one of the big misses right now with this team, because ultimately, what are the Heat doing, right? They are 15th in net rating. They are a top 10 defensive team. They're 20th, I think, offensively right now. They are still dealing with Jimmy Butler durability issues. They, have tinkered with the starting lineup, and I was like, okay, I can get with that. The starting lineup wasn't doing well, and Nikola Jovic looked really good in the minutes that he came off the bench and provided something. So he's injured now, but then, he's also kind of fallen by the wayside and has been completely forgotten in favor of Pelle Larsson, and I love Pelle. Pelle's had some nice moments. I don't think has he completely made somebody has he made Nico a completely forgotten item for me? I don't think he's been that good yet, but he is strong, and I do like him. You guys, I think everybody knows I've been a big Pelle Larsson fan since the summer. Jaime's kind of finding his way, and that's good news. But Kel'el just getting sent to the G League, all right, here's the benefits of it. He's going to get minutes. Great. He's probably going to dominate. Awesome. He's going to be back with Coach Dan Basacchio, who he knows from the Summer League, and so he knows Kel'el Ware well. after spending a summer with him and working out with him and knows what makes him tick and maybe knows the thing that's great with Dan. Dan worked a lot with Nico last year too. So he I think he knows what buttons to push to get him ready and serve it up. So it's not that it's a sentence of like, hey, we're not using you this year, because if you remember, there was a I don't like calling it demotion, but there was a send down for Jovic last year. He got sent. Remember, Jimmy Butler went to a Wisconsin herd Sioux Falls Skyforce game. That's a good teammate, that Jimmy Butler is. And eventually the injuries pan out, but Spo trusted Nico and it worked out for him. He ended up, becoming a starter and got regular minutes. But for me, the thing that I find frustrating with Kel'el not getting minutes is it's a need. You need to have a backup center. And right now the backup center is Kevin Love, who has been inconsistent this year. He's older. He's having back issues. Thomas Bryant, I think Spo showed you. Like, he went with Thomas Bryant when Kevin was dealing with his personal issues before this in the early parts of the season. He couldn't be more rats off a ship on Thomas Bryant, right? Even yesterday, there were times where he threw Keyshawn Johnson in there to play backup 5 to give Bam some minutes. And I don't know, man. I just, the kid has looked comfortable, and it's so hard because you're picking apart a few minutes, and one, you're not letting the kid sink or swim. Like, he doesn't get any leash out there. And then 2, it's like, all right, you're going to put him in the G League, and what? If he goes and gives you 20 and 20, or is that going to impress you? Is that going to get you going? I know it's important for him to get minutes, but I also feel like this is a guy who can help the club right now in a spot where, dude, the minutes the other day, Anthony put these out. Anthony Chang of the Miami Herald put out the numbers in the Toronto game with Bam on and off the floor. And it was a joke, dude. They were like 100 and what was it? Their defensive rating was like 190 points per 100 possessions with Bam Adebayo and 9 minutes of him off the floor. And I was like, holy, this is crazy. Yeah, here it is. This is from Anthony Chang. With Bam Adebayo on the court last night in the loss to the Raptors, the Heat posted an elite defensive rating, 98.8 points per 100 possessions. In the 9 minutes that Adebayo was on the bench, the Heat allowed 190 points per 100 possessions. Man. And I get it, dude. Listen, Bam has not been a perfect player. We have discussed this. His offense has been nowhere near satisfactory. It has been piss poor. But they also got to find somebody who can play in some minutes so they don't run this guy completely into the ground. And also, I would like to see eventually, crazy concept. Let's see what it looks like with both of them on the floor together. I know these are, it's like asking for a unicorn to come by and start speaking to me. But, I was hopeful of it. But I don't love the idea of sending Kel'el to the G League, understanding this doesn't mean that he'll never play this year, and understanding that Miami, if they're not going to play him, might as well get him some minutes. But I guess the thing I'm upset is that he's not already, that he's not getting those minutes, and he's not getting the shake, and he's not getting a chance. But these are things we've all harped on. This is nothing new. So I guess the hope now is Ware goes down to Sioux Falls, completely dominates. Coach Dan responds to Spo and's like, what else do you want the kid to do? Because that's kind of what happened with Keyshawn. Keyshawn was putting up crazy numbers. He just looked physically overwhelming in these G League videos where he's just dunking over the entire league. And, then he's brought to the fold. And we'll see how long this ends up being a thing. But for now, this is the next veer off. This is the next exit right now for Kel'el in his Miami Heat career. And I'm not happy about it, But I'm gonna grow. I'll be mature about it. I'm not gonna be a baby about it. I'll try and accept it, but doesn't mean I have to like it.